everyone, I'm Lisa.
And I'm Jenny.
And we're the Shady Tree Stitches. Back on Zoom because I'm an idiot. We actually filmed this a few days ago in person together, and we had a wonderful video. And oopsie, when I was putting the retreat video up, I had to make space to get it all done, and I deleted our video. But Jenny's very nice and says it's okay, because at least it wasn't the retreat video I deleted. And I agree. So I hope you've all been enjoying that retreat special. If you haven't seen it, go and check it, because we interview about 6 floss tubers, and it's good to see the way we do retreats over here in Australia, as well as we always see the way they're done in the other part of the world. Okay.
Yeah, not just the floss tubers, but the brag table as well.
Oh, the brag table has some exquisite eye candy on it. So yeah, thank you to Jenny for being the filmer of that, since my scooter wouldn't let me.
Yeah.
But on that, since we don't normally do live first, but I'll just tell you, I'm up to crutches now. So it should be another week and I might be able to actually get back to doing some business. But anyway, all right. So Jenny, what have you been stitching on in the month of August? And
hang on. Aren't we doing finishes first?
Oh.
Normally we do finishes first.
Sorry, Jenny, do you have any finishes?
I do.
Yay!
It wasn't fully finished. It was the small that I was working on for the smalls exchange. So I might as well show it now, because I don't know what retreat I will go to next that it can be. But
yeah,
so I was doing this one. It's a Mill Hill Kit needle roll. So I've done all the stitching, and I've pinned it ready to do the edging. So there's a little bit of specialty stitches. There's some herringbone that row, and then the flowers down here are, I can't remember. And I had to whip stitch the lace on and then sew beads into the holes for the flowers. So
I'll hold it up. We've got a bell now. Congratulations, Jenny. I can tell you when you're going to FFO that. In No New Starts, we're heading into Knock It Over in October to finish pieces. And then the first week of November, there's going to be an actual FFO event again. So you can do it in the FFO event at the beginning of November.
Okay. Well, yes, because I have another one that I need to FFO, but I need to FFO it in the next 2 weeks, which is my little Romeo mouse. The friends that I'm stitching that for, so they got married last year in October, but it was in the middle of COVID, so they're only allowed 5 people at their wedding. So they're having their wedding reception this year, a year minus 1 day from the day they got married. So yeah, so I need to pull my finger out and get that one done soon. But that will come up in plans.
Yes, it will. I'm sure you'll be able to do that. Well, I have got 2 finishes now because we waited.
Yeah.
The first finish I got around, because I'm totally in the wrong place. As you can see, I'm in the lounge room, and oh, that's not even the finish. I pulled out a random piece of fabric from that one. Uh-oh. No, it's all good. It's here. It's all good. I'm not stupid.
Just while you're getting organised. So one interesting thing with this, so this was a kit, and I wasn't particularly frugal, but I'm never particularly wasteful. But I got heaps of thread left over, well and truly enough to do a whole nother one. Not enough beads to do another one. Oh, and one thing that I had to change, or I will be changing when I assemble it. So needle rolls, you use ribbon to do top and bottom like a Christmas cracker. That's the colour of the ribbon that they gave me. It's a little bit too turquoise.
Yeah,
I don't like that one, but I have a stash, so I have pulled out a paler blue, which is much.
Oh, lovely, very delicate.
Yes.
That will be good. Okay, now these are actually SAFs, start and finish.
Oh yes,
like not all in one go. The first one you've possibly seen me working on, although I'm not so sure, and it is the frosted pumpkin reindeer snow globe. Now, I don't know if you can see, I've got sparkly etoile for the white.
Maybe a little bit. I saw it in person, and it's really sparkly. It's really cool.
This light on it, it'll pick up the sparkle for you. That help?
Move it back and forward a little bit. Not so much, but
anyway.
Yeah.
And that's probably the best light. It's not a great light in here. But I also changed the color of his antlers because the color that they were in the pattern, I couldn't see. They just blended into the background. So I have given him darker antlers. So this one is all done. I know the next one's out, so I will tissue box this one with the next one. But I've got other things I want to work on just at the moment. So it will happen. Not overnight, but it will happen. Okay, then a sap from the retreat, courtesy of Mojo Stitches. There we go, my friends. And I added the word daisy chain in the middle in yellow, which you can't really see, which I knew would happen. But when I was getting to doing the yellow, I was going to do it in blue and I couldn't find my blue. So I finished it in yellow with a daisy chain. So 3 finishes in one video, Jenny. What's going on? We don't finish 3 things at once. What the hell?
Well, but to be fair, they are all fairly small ones.
Well, as I said, minor saps, so that's why they finish it.
Oh, yeah. So with this one in August, I did another 306 or something stitches to get that finished.
Okay. All right. Well, then, Jen, let's now move to what have you been stitching?
So in August, I did that one and I did some more on my Cross Stitch Nation.
Yeah.
Lost the name of it for a minute. So I've got fluff on it. So we now have, Michelle has a skirt. So here's the before picture. Here's the after.
Yes, that's wonderful.
So if I go in close, you can see Michelle is in variegated purple.
Mm-hmm.
Now, because I did Sue's dress in horizontal stripes and I did Lisa's dress in, no, I'm going the wrong way. Yeah, I can't do it back.
No, it's hard.
I did Lisa's dress in diagonal. So Michelle's, it's like, well, because of the pale leafy pattern, I didn't think that vertical stripes would work. So I actually did a spiral. So I started on the outside and I went round and round and round and round and round. So yeah, I think it looks all right. It looks a little bit weird if you look at it closely, but from a distance you get the nice sort of
nice variegated colour smeared across the skirt. And you know, that's one thing that people need to think about when they're using variegated threads, is how you stitch can make such a difference. So my friend's one has the same problem. Sorry, I thought of a point. So with my friends, I'm actually basically, apart from the yellow, using 2 cottage garden threads that I had, and I had to think about, well, how to stitch to make the flowers look right. So you'll notice that they're basically dark flowers with light stamens.
Yes.
And I did that on purpose. And the greenery, I had to make sure it sort of spread evenly. So, yeah, you've got to think about it with, you know, variegated thread takes a bit of thought.
So on that, Jo from Mojo Stitches, she's collaborated with Cottage Garden Threads on a range of Cottage Garden threads, and she said that to save paper, to therefore save trees, her patterns pretty much just have the pattern and the instructions to the pattern. Finishing instructions for each of her pieces are on her blog, and she also includes some tips on sewing with variegated thread. So if you are interested, check out Jo from Mojo Stitches. Yes.
So this is just, I know it's part of my haul, but there's what, one?
I only bought one, but now having watched her first floss tube where she goes through and explains, like shows each of the colours and explains the names, I should have bought them all at the retreat instead of just the one.
And I'm planning to do designing with them because I love Cottage Garden threads, and I may as well use a new thread colour set.
Yeah, and she's, some of them are quite variegated and some of them are almost solid colours. She did a variety so that they will all work together, because you don't want to have everything too variegated. That's why with this one, so, you know, I've got stripes on my dress, but mine's solid, and Rachel's top is solid. I didn't want to have too much variegation can sometimes detract from the design.
Yeah,
So,
you need the contrast, you need the variety.
yes.
I've just realised she gave us a really nice thread ring too. Thank you, Jo.
Oh.
So I'm going to put these new set all together on a ring so that I can keep them together. You'll learn more about that in Hall.
Okay, that will just have to stay there. I was trying to put my Cross Stitch Nation back with its project bag, but it's disturbing other things and things are falling out of bags, so it will just have to wait.
Okay. What else did you stitch, Jen?
So that was my August stitching. I didn't do very much. August was my birthday month, so I was busy catching up with people and stuff. But September, I did some stitching before retreat. Now, one of the first things that I worked on, I'm going to just quickly share my screen because I don't have a cover picture, was my Deck the Halls.
Oh, that's good. Yep.
So I worked on the snowman. So I now have, as with Michelle's dress, I now have the bottom of a snowman. So I hardly started him before, so there's now a whole snowman.
He actually looks a bit like a moon at the moment.
Yeah, yeah, until I put his scarf on and his head, and his arms. So the two little tiny spaces, that one and that one, yeah, for his little stick arms. So that's coming along nicely. Oh, although it may not show up on the camera. I don't know if it's rust spots, but I don't know how. No, oh yeah, you can just see there's a little orange speck. But I don't know how I could have got a rust mark in the middle of my piece.
Don't know.
Because the needle's not rusty and the needle wouldn't make a spot.
Have you tried sponging it off? No,
not yet.
Okay, because a rust mark should just sponge off.
Yeah, yeah. So that's that one. That was just out of interest.
Sorry, I'm just playing with my
wrong spreadsheet.
Trying to get a bit more light
that
to pick up on
spreadsheet
the camera, but it's not doing it. Sorry.
So that was 143 stitches. Then I did some more on my Sewing with Mama. So this is the one. From a distance, it's going to look like I've already done it, but I haven't. So what I was working on, I only did 118 stitches. Now let me fold it the right way so that I can come in close. I did some cream and white sort of here and the bottom of the scissors. So if I come in really close, hang on, get the camera in the right spot. You can possibly just see.
I know what I can do. 1 second. I can make it bigger. I just remembered. There we go.
Yeah, so you can sort of just see there's some stitches here and the bottom of the scissors and this white up here under the sewing machine. So yeah, I don't do it very often because it's not that it's hard, it's just it's fiddly because what's printed here is not exactly the same as what's on the pattern. Like with the bit under the sewing machine, there's a whole line on the pattern that I haven't stitched because it didn't fit with where the printing was on the material. So I think that's why I don't work on this one very often. I bought it because I wanted to try this kind of embellishment. I've done one before where it was kind of the background was stitched, but what I was actually stitching was blank. So with that one, I had to do a little bit of editing when I got some places close to the edge. I had to put in an extra couple of stitches or leave a couple of stitches out because the background was, but that one, like you're just stitching over the top of the picture to add dimension. Yeah.
I think you've got to go with the picture in that one because that's what you're going to see at the end. It's not going to wash away. So
no.
Definitely doctor.
So it's fiddly. So that was 118 stitches I did, and then at retreat for the whole weekend. So we started lunchtime or just after lunch on Friday, 2 o'clock on Friday till about 10 o'clock Friday night, all day Saturday, and then Sunday until lunchtime. I only did 365 stitches the whole time. But I was working on this one, Portrait of Antique Vines. And it's on 20 count, so it's a little, I can't do sewing method. If like I'm doing it in hand because it's so small, but I can't do sewing method. And some of what I was stitching, this side, I did a lot of this pale purple, and it's going in and out of the black, and the black's quite thick. And if I did this again, I would only do one strand, not two. But I've done two strands, so I have to keep doing two strands. And so some of the bit down here was quite tricky to get my stitches in. And I also filled in a little bit more of the pink up here. So, yeah, so that's coming along nicely. And this is the one I just threw the bead boxes out of project bag. There we go. Okay, so that one was 212. Yes, 212 stitches. And then I also did some more work on my Yoda. He's almost looking like a Yoda now. He's got part of an ear. See? He's got part of an ear.
Awesome.
So that was another 153 stitches on him. So yeah, so I did this weird bit sticking up here and then out to his ear. So that's 2 of the 4 shades of green so far.
Wonderful.
So yes, so that's all my stitching.
He definitely looked like Yoda.
Yeah.
Well, so what was your stitch count for August? Have you worked that out?
808. Not
That's
my worst.
really good.
Not my worst month. My worst so far was May. I only did 700. Followed by April. So it's not my worst, not my second worst, but
did all right though. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so this is not my August wrap up because I think I've done that, but I didn't tell you how many stitches I did. And again, people, I don't say this to put Jenny down. I'm super proud of how much more she's stitching because she has a very hectic life. And I have been in hospital and bed, chair ridden for, 6 weeks.
You've had time to sit and stitch.
Yeah. So I have had time to sit and stitch. I mean, August was some of my worst weeks and some of my best because the 2 weeks before my operation,
you were busy doing everything else. Yeah.
I mean, 1 week I did 1,120 stitches in a whole week. That's like nothing for me. Exactly. See, that's laughable, Jenny. It is. But then the week that I was in hospital, I did 6,500.
Yeah, well, because you had nothing else to do except sit and.
It was wonderful. It was
not twiddle your fingers, twiddle your thumbs.
I was stitching.
Yeah.
So in August, I had 17,569 stitches.
So that's about average.
Yeah. Look, again, not my best, not my worst, but on the higher side of in the regular high side.
Yeah.
But because it had the lows and then the extra highs, it averaged out to being just a regular-ish one.
Yeah.
Okay, so since I have seen you guys, though, I have been stitching on lots of pieces because I have been really trying to I've been getting all the prompts done in Down Under Divas, in Daily 30. I've even been doing some pop cultures again. Plus, I've been playing all my games. And that just motivates me so much, plus the fact that I've been chair-ridden and able to stitch with, apart from having to do, like I have been rejigging the website and things, but I'll talk about that later in a Paddock Lane section. But I've been working on my whip goes and I've been catching up my whip goes and I've been doing everything. So the first piece I worked on, I still can't actually show you, even though it's been released, because it's out in the cottage and I can't walk out there to get it. But it is my new design, and it's called the Springman's House. And it's a spring-themed house of a house that's in the Maitland area with some little people. I have always loved stitching houses, as people who've watched me forever know. And I also have always drawn little people. So this design puts together my 2 favourite things, and more about that later. So I will show that to you next time, but it's actually another finish. So it would have been 4 finishes if I had remembered to get one of the kids to get it, but they wouldn't have been able to. It's in a suitcase packed at the bottom of all the retreat stuff.
Well, yes, because it was one of the first, because technically it's a fully finished because you framed it.
Yes, it is a fully finished, true. So instead, I have been keeping up with my Nutcracker Sal. Been working on this blue house, and this is on my, it's I think on a 28 count turbulent fabric by Paddock Lane Designs.
So you can see the sparkle in that one.
Yeah, and it's got a really nice green and opalescent sparkle. So I'm doing the houses in overdyed threads, not necessarily the called for, but in the called for colours. So I'm trying to match cottage garden ones if I can. So that blue, I haven't got the packet here, I don't think. I think it's called Bluebell from Cottage Garden Threads. So I've been working on that. See, you can see all my stash of stuff over here. Then I have been working hard on my temperature bookshelf. Now, my temperature bookshelf, I have actually now, just to unravel it for you.
Ooh.
Yes, you get an unveiling. It is now, the whole bookshelf is done.
Oh, okay.
One more row at the bottom. But you can see I finished up to the end of the August stitching. So I've got to do September, October, November, December. So I'm up to date. And then I put my key at the top, and that's going to go at the top and the bottom. So I've got to do more of the key. But I finished doing all the brown stitches I needed for prompt to do the other day. So
yes.
I'm on my last Q-snap move until I need to put in more of the key at the top. So that is my temperature bookshelf. I also have been I did a little bit of work on my samurai, and I will say that because of the wonders of my iPad editing, you will get to see popping up wherever. I'm not sure who they cover. Oh, and I forgot to do this. Sorry, my bad. Can you let me know in a comment if you like this? Because this way you guys get to see a big picture when we're showing the work. So if you like me putting it on speaker when we're showing our works, please comment below. Here's my samurai. And I did all this black part down here. So I will put a before and after shot, but I haven't worked out yet whether it goes on which side of my head. So it'll appear wherever it appears. But I need to get this one finished. So he's staying in my plans because I need to get him finished this year and out to Napoli so I can start on the other half.
Yes.
Right, that was one page of my diary. I'll turn the page now, shall I? Oh, that was when I started the reindeer ornament the next day. On the 4th, I started on the 4th, and I finished it on the 15th. I worked on one that doesn't seem to be here, my craft village. So we're going to be seeing that one now. I will insert it here. I will put a video of my craft village here, show you where I got up to with that. Because remember, I changed the fabric on it, and therefore it's got quite a lot done. You can see now, you can see the whole side of the sewing machine in the picture. And I decided I'm actually going to do like little completion of each little motif because it's a sew to stitch. So that girl in front of the sewing machine is almost completed too, which is great. Also, likewise, see, when I grabbed everything, I must have missed a pile. 12 Days of Christmas. I'll put the picture in here of what. Oh, I haven't been showing you what they look like. I have them in somewhere. Oh, I don't even know where they've gone. My photos were just here.
Your photo cards.
My photo cards were just here. Oh, they're probably in the page. There they are. All right, so 12 Days of Christmas. I can show you that. There. And you can see from the picture, I was working on that angel up in the top left. And so I've done a lot of stitches, did the whole 1,000 stitches required for Whitgo to knock that one over, which is very exciting. Then I have this one here. I have done my Whitgo gold on my Chinese garden mandala. And in particular, I've worked on cross stitches all down in this corner. Hopefully you can see it, because that's the downside about giving you guys a big picture. I only get a tiny little one to do my placement. So yeah, I've done my over 1,000 stitches on my Chinese garden mandala. So he's going away again now. He's on a 32 count piece of fabric that I got from JK Stitching, which is vintage white even weave. I remember that one. I try to remember to tell you guys the fabric.
No, I was just thinking I didn't say any of mine except
we're really bad. But you can always ask if you're interested.
Yeah.
Just ask us, and if we can tell you, we will.
Yeah.
Oh, this one as well. My goodness, I did a very bad job of grabbing my pieces. Okay, no problem. Lucky that the wonders of technology, I can show you. I finished my working on Teresa Wentzler's Peacock Tapestry. I didn't finish the piece.
No.
You can see from the photo that I'll insert here, I was working on that border. So I got a lot of stitches done around that border to get the 1200 done for my WIPGO goal. And I'm really happy to say that I'm almost caught back up with my WIPGOs. I have almost caught up. I got one more that I'm going to be working on in this afternoon, which is, I may as well show you this one now, if I can find it. It's my princesses.
Oh, yes.
Which I know the photo was just here a minute ago. So the Disney princesses, epic Disney storybook princesses, and I am doing them on a whole bunch of different fabrics. And I am currently up to here on the castle. It's going to be a front cover of a booklet. So I'm going to do each princess as a material booklet that we can flip through as my finish. So that's what I need to work on. I've got 700 stitches more to go on that one. All right, moving along. I've been doing a lot of different ones. As I said, I've caught up all these ones that I haven't worked on since I fell behind in May, and I've been putting off because they're nasty for whatever reason that my brain thinks they're nasty, putting the slipper. They were all prompts that helped me this month. So I brought them out and got onto them. There we go. My rocks. I know this one was I had to stitch 1,000 stitches on a piece, or 500 or something, a piece with a church. Now you can't see there, but if I can find the picture of it fast enough, I can show you that this end building here where I am, can you see the spire on the top?
Yep.
The cross and the spire. So the back of that building is actually a church, and the front's probably the minister's residence. So really exciting that I had something for that. Got my rocks done. Yay. I do love my juniper designs. I don't love stitching on this piece though, because I got it as a kit with flower threads, and they are horrible. It's like stitching with a piece of hessian. Shaft for our American friends, it's like seriously feels like stitching with shaft, and it knots a lot, but it came as a kit, so I'll persevere. But that's why I know I don't like stitching on it a lot. My other juniper that I've stitched on,
and the rocks is on one of the Sassy Devils.
Yes, thank you. It's on Damn It Janet by the Sassy Devils. Yes.
Hand dyed.
Beautiful. Okay. My other juniper is called Bay Window, and it's a little one, and I did a lot of stitches on this. This is on a piece of 16 or 18 count plain Ada. It's the last one I'm going to do on plain Ada, because I have done a series. I'm doing the whole series of them, but I'm going to start doing them on hand dyed linen because I want to. Why not? If I can, I may as well. Then, wait, there's more. I worked on this piece, Train of Dreams by Randall Spangler. And I have done my 1,000 stitches on it now, so it is going away. There it is. I was converting to the Royal Row method, but I do like color completing a lot, so I'm going to do a combination. But I am experimenting with parking with a little Kumihino bobbin. And this is the size of it. So for a height, it's not that bad. It's only short. It's just long.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my Train of Dreams I've worked on. Let's see what else comes up. Luckily, my diary's up to date. And then I worked on the Per Gulpin Friend piece. And then yesterday, I finished up a piece that's been straggling. And you probably don't have the picture there on the photo. So Macintosh Mill by Charles Wasocki, I think. Yep, Charles Wasocki. And I finished up what I needed to catch up to my 1,011 stitches. So not much, but that's where I'm up to with it. And again, this is on the kit 18 count Ada. But again, it came as a kit, so I left it as it was. I know, it's all good. And then today, but wait, there's more. Where's today's piece? There's another piece here somewhere. My tiles are now all totally messed up. I was just working on it. Here it is. I was working on another Child's Wysocki piece, which is called
Old Time Wagons?
Old Time Wagons, yes. And I can't find the picture in there, so I'll treat you with the picture in here. There's Old Time Wagons. And Old Time Wagons, I have been working on the ice truck because I needed something with water. And I'll show you the picture again. I was going to make up a story and say, well, the ice truck obviously has water in it. But look in front of the ice truck. There's blocks of ice that are melting. So there is actually ice and water in it. So yay for me to actually find a real version and not have to make it up. Okay, I think that is all my stitching since you guys last saw me. I have been a busy girl. As I said, I'm almost up to date with my week goes. And so I'll tell you more about my plans when it's my turn for plans. So have you got any haul on the swag bag, Jenny? I wonder.
Oh, come on. We just went to a retreat. Of course I've got haul.
I know. Of course you've got haul. You've got haul. I've got haul. We've all got haul. We went to a retreat.
Well, the first thing was Stitchy Kindness from Michelle. She found this piece and original price $49.95, marked down to something, marked down to $19.95, marked down to $2. So she had to get it because it's Paris.
Ah, that's a gorgeous Stitchy Kindness.
Yes, that one was from Michelle. Then at retreat, I went shopping at Mojo Stitches and I just bought one color. I bought Austin because I really love that shade of blue, and Austin, because we're sitting here, I wouldn't have been able to do this if we were pieces, but this is my little boxed set of Jane Austens that I bought in Bar, home of Jane Austen. Well, yeah, one of the homes of Jane Austen. So, and these books are beautiful. So, as well as having the really nice dust cover, they're all the beautiful cloth bound and gold edges.
Lovely.
So, yes. So I do have a bit of a thing for.
Ivy's come to say hello.
Hello, Ivy.
She came to say hello when we filmed the last video too, so she's right on time.
Yeah.
You can sit there and show people your beautiful face because they don't really want to see your butt.
So I bought Austin. I also bought the. Oh, now I have to get it so you don't see the reflection. There we go. Christmas Bells Pin Keep.
That's gorgeous. Can I have that when you finish it, please?
Sure. I do love Christmas things and Christmas bells. I don't know if they're just Australian. Might be. I don't know.
Maybe.
But also seeing Joe's like sample her model stitch of the little pillow.
She does exquisite model stitches, and she does all her own model stitches because I mean I agree, as a designer you often tweak as you're stitching, so I just don't have time to do all my model stitches. Yeah,
and some of what she does, as well as doing some of her own designs, she also does some reproductions, and so those she has to stitch herself to work out what colour.
Yeah.
Because so this you've already seen. This was in the swag bag, but I bought the little. She did a little.
The actual four colours of cottage garden threads.
Yes. Yes. Now, the reason that I have this out is because one of the other shops that was at the retreat was Number 12 Stitch Co. And I bought a number of things from them.
As did everyone.
Bottle brush needle minder. This beautiful Valentine pink material. I think it looks like crushed raspberries, personally.
Gorgeous.
I kept seeing every time I walked past, because their shop was not far from where our table was, and I kept walking past and looking at the colour and going, I really like that. I got one of their die spot pieces. This is a nice sort of mostly grey, slightly beige kind of coloured, and it's a big piece. It's big.
Oh, yeah, good.
And it's just got some little orange flecks. So, you know, that'll be fine. And I also bought one of their mixed bags, so that they're only little pieces, but it's a variety. So 28 count. 28 count. This one says 36, but I think it's actually 32. Pale green, a little sort of old map kind of
color. I was going to say that looks very much like the one I just showed you. I don't know where it went.
Yeah, that one. I think this might actually. Yeah, that's another. It's a different. It's a smaller count, but that's another one of the sort of grey beige and another little sort of greeny one. But I'll have to. I think I'll have to send you photos to insert, Lisa, so that because I'm trying to work out which colour.
Yes, lovely.
Or potentially that one. So I might send some photos and you can insert here.
And you guys can vote on A or B.
Yes, because there's two doing a float. Like I'll take the thread out and put it on the material because I was looking at them going, oh, I like that. Maybe it looks better on this one. Don't know.
Here.
So second opinion, please.
And third and fourth and 300.
Oh yeah.
How many people comment?
Yes. Okay, so that was all from Untitled Stitch Co. Then Sue, who was sitting on our table, had some charts that she was going to put on the D-Stash site, but decided to offer them to us first.
Yay! So we could get them because we never get anything off them. We're not fast enough.
Drawn thread book of days. I have quite a few drawn thread patterns. I haven't started any of them yet.
You need to do them, Jen. You would love them. They're very you.
Well, yeah, but you made me join No New Starts. I'm not allowed to start stuff.
Yeah, okay.
Except for stuff that I have to start, like Smalls Exchange or the Romeo Mouse. I now also need to start Juliet Mouse because, oh, sorry, that's in plans. I went shopping at Paddock Lane Designs. This is 16 count Misty. It's opalescent. It's kind of bluey, purpley, silvery. I have no idea what I'm going to do with it, but it was just so pretty. I had to have it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's. Now this was not exactly these next two were not purchases from the retreat, but they were collected at the retreat. So Teaser Handmaids, Taryn, I'd given her some material to make me some new project bags. So I have this Christmas one. It's not your standard Christmas, but if you have a look, there's candy canes and Christmas stockings and presents. So this one. And Lisa had in some new ranges of thread drops, including some Christmas ones.
Wintry ones, yeah, wintry Christmas.
So they're already in my Christmas project bag, ready for me to put something Christmassy in. And this one, which I love. Now, this one, you would have already seen the material in a previous video. Now, this one, Andrea, wasn't it? Yes, Andrea, she was the one with the jackalope thread drops, and she had thread bling, but I thought her thread bling actually went really well with my bag, so I've decided to make it my zipper pull.
Lovely.
Because it's a bird sitting on an oval with some flowers in the background. It doesn't come up very well on camera, but hang on, if I go really close. There we go. Now you can see it. And I just thought that looks really good with my project bag. So, and then, now you see, you don't get to see my surprise this time because I've already got it. Lisa got, in her haul, got a package from Janet from JK's cross-stitching supplies, including my birthday present.
And I gave it to her live on screen during the last video that you don't get to see, but she likes it.
And she also gave me some material, not necessarily to stitch it on,
but some material to, and then the beautiful piece from Misty Stitches, because Jenny loves Paris and the Eiffel Tower. So I thought it was about time she did a full coverage of one.
Yeah. Not like I don't already have Eiffel Tower pieces that I'm working on. But they're not full coverage.
There you go.
That's it.
That's it for your haul? Okay. let me make
isn't it?
That's enough. It's pretty good. We were pretty restrained, I think.
Yes.
All right, let me just quickly maneuver myself over here. Oopsie. That's from the princesses. Let me put that back in there. I don't want to lose that. I brought a bag. Oh, it's not as bad as you think.
No.
It's because I can't walk, so I have to bury things here. All right. Now, I did, oh, sorry, I sat back because of my foot. I have to sit forward again to do this. I bought a bag from Marie from Queensland, who is part of the Grateful Stitcher. And I bought this beautiful quilted project bag because I just love the quilting. And it's just plain pinkish on the back and has a nice sort of denim lining inside, in a linen-y lining. So it's very beautiful. So I bought that, not at the retreat, but as part of my normal colour of the month.
Oh, yes.
I have Silks for You. Now, again, my filing system has been a bit erratic lately. So I actually have 3 here, and Jenny might know if I've shown you. Well, you may not know because I showed you at the video. But the first ones are the Silk of the Month, most recent ones, and they're those beautiful orangey, peachy colours.
Yes. So those ones you pulled out of the packet.
Yeah, those ones I know are the new ones.
This.
I know they're the new ones that no one has seen except Jenny in the previous video. But I also have got ones in the green bag that were still floating around. Pardon?
I don't remember.
No, so I'm going to show you again anyway, because, you know, you can never see too much beautifulness. These are all gorgeous. They're the previous month Silk of the Month, and they're greeny, sort of khaki yellows. And all of these colours I will be finding projects to stitch with, continuing to do, because they're just so luscious. Silks for You, I cannot recommend them highly enough. Their product is top-notch quality, great price, and Australian. So really, really enjoy that. And then these ones I don't think you've seen because these just came in. And these are the colour, the Silk of the Month, as in the regular colours, the colour of the month it is. And what I really like...
they're part of their regular range.
Yeah, but what I like is that they match them together to make a really nice pairing of the variegated and the plains.
Yeah.
So this is regular range. You can buy it anytime you like. PR 106, 189, like a bright orange, 57, and 78. So they were my regular haul that I get each month. But I think, you know, with me not filming as often, I'm not catching them when they come as regularly. So I think hopefully I didn't show you them previously. If I did, enjoy the eye candy. Okay, now back to the bag. What did we have in the bag? Well, Jenny mentioned Sue downsizing her patterns. So I got this Dear Friends from Plum Street. And The Winter is Past by Blackbird Designs. Hold on, I'll show you this bit. It's easier to see. I don't know when I'll stitch it, but, you know, these dash blackbirds. She said, I wasn't sure if you guys were blackbird people. And most of the crowd that were there at the Daisy Chain Retreat were very much your prim sampler stitches, linen stitches. But there was people who were not. So it was a bit of everything. The freebie table, I got a kit for my daughters to do. And particularly, well, both of them could do this, more self-love. They both have very low self-esteem from their foster care backgrounds. I also got a Diane Graydner design, which reminded me of a Told in the Garden sort of style.
Yes.
Little ducks and people. I got some ribbons, sort of satin ribbons off the freebie table. And a red one, so I'm sure I'll put them to good work. This is my regular, my thread of the month from Gentle Arts from A Stitch in Time. It was so lovely to meet Carolyn in person. And that coordination of colours there, even though it's alphabetical, they're stunning together. I'm just going through in the order I'm finding things in case you're wondering.
Yeah. I think I don't know if I showed my freebie table stuff in the last.
I don't think we did.
No, I think we only
just
did the swag bag.
So you need to
and the swag bag and raffle and
and thread drops and things.
Yeah.
Another one for my daughter's stitch, the mermaid.
Well, my freebie table stuff will have to wait because it's over on the couch over there. I didn't get much.
You see a bit of a scene happening for my daughters. Now, on saying that, Jenny and I waited mostly till the end to get our freebie table stuff because we brought it back and it's all going to the Chief Sewing Basket store, what's left. So we did pick through some things earlier on and then we picked through before we went to Chief. Michelle found this one for me.
No, I found that one.
Oh, Jenny found this one for me. Thank you, Jenny. Jenny and Michelle were being really good. Every time they went to the freebie table, if they saw something they thought I'd like, they'd grab it for me.
That one, I know you've done the needlework ABCs. So
yes, so thank you. This is Mojo Stitch's newest one in the library, which is what the bookshelf range is designed for. Yes. I thought it was so stunning. I had to get it and I have to stitch it.
And that one, with that one, Lisa, definitely read her blog because she gives you some tips on particularly like the ivy and stuff like that.
Yes, and how where you place things matters.
Yes.
Yes.
With the variegated threads, yes.
From Janet. Janet had a clearance sale, and as well as on the clearance sale, I needed some white toile and I got some gold John James Petites because I've heard that John James Petites are getting cancelled. So not only is Pat Carson's favourite John James Petites, but I don't like my silver John James. They're all been really nasty lately. So I bought myself some gold ones and just some beading thread. But look at this. Beautiful Lanate kit with all the coloured fabric. She matches the one that I've already done, but this is a whole
which we can just see the edge. No.
Oh, you can see it, can you?
Well, no, I know it's that one. I can see the edge of the frame.
Tell you what, guys, I'll put a picture of it here so you know what we're talking about. My beautiful African lady's head, and this is the other one. So it's a pair of ladies that face each other. Full kits for $10. I just had to. Lanate is gorgeous quality. Then I think I'm back to the freebie table, and I really thought that this Noah's Ark picture was cute.
Yeah.
Cricket collection. I liked this geisha. This one should have come up in the freebies. A group of girls who get together and call themselves the Pomegranate Stitching Society. They designed a freebie in honour of Her Majesty. And I should say, Jenny, we are filming this today on the Australian public holiday to remember, yes, our lovely Queen who recently passed. So we do pay our respects, and we've had a good deal of mourning up to now, but today's the day we actually officially get to mourn her, apparently.
Yeah.
Just to help with my stitching, borders. This one I got for one of my friends, Rachel. She loves the country thread, a full kit. I haven't got that one. I might decide to stitch it, but I mean, I have so much to stitch. This one, I think Jenny or Michelle got me, Calico and Quilts. So it's got little houses and the garden sampler. This one I got because it's a nice map of Australia. And then another one to help with my designing, houses.
Michelle found you that one.
Michelle found me 50 houses. This one's got some little farm animals on it. A beautiful letter L. Jenny was upset there was no J, but I've got K and L. So I can definitely use the L. I got a whole bunch of little freebies from DMC just to help with, just little things, little motifs. Give me some ideas.
Some I picked up from, I think maybe Lincraft used to have the pads of them.
Yeah.
Floating around.
So I thought they would be handy reference pieces. And this one was from the Geeky Stitches, Let's Get Cozy. I don't have a coffee piece. I don't drink coffee, but that was a nice, cute one I thought the girls might be able to do. They're both obsessed by coffee, so. Then there was magazines, lots of magazines. And this magazine, Michelle or Jenny found one for me. And they found it for me because of...
Michelle.
Michelle, yeah.
Yeah.
She found it for me because she saw this Afghan pattern with all the houses. But on the other page is actually a piece that I want to stitch, and EJ from the Sunshine Stitches is doing this at the moment. Winter quilts. So there's a whole series of these. So I actually do want to stitch them. I really think they are gorgeous. So that magazine was very good. And then another book I found was this one, A Collection of Cross Stitch by Gloria and Pat. And the reason I liked this book, again, because I like houses, well, buildings, it's those two buildings there.
Yes, and with that one, I'd seen that on the table, but I hadn't opened it.
And she hadn't looked at the back cover. Jenny wants to borrow this for the back cover. So you can't judge a book by its cover. You've got to flip through. And
well, not from the front cover. You need to look at the back cover and the inside as well. And
in fact, I've just seen another one that I really like. And it says, "Home's not merely 4 square walls. Home is where affection crawls." Look at that one. Aww. It's a gorgeous home sampler. So I think, guys, that was my haul. Most of it freebie, though. I didn't spend a lot of money because I was there to make money, not spend money. But I did, want to support the other people who had stall businesses there. So, and I probably showed my raffle prize and things in the other video. So, all right. So there you go, guys. That was our haul. Anyway, what about your plans, Dan?
Well, immediate plans is assemble Romeo Mouse. Now, Emily, who is sitting at our table, she's done some of the Just Nan mice. I was going to say mouses. That's not the right word. She's done some of the Just Nan mice before, so she was able to give me some good tips. So, yes, I think I've just been a bit hesitant because I'm doing it as a present for someone. I don't want to screw it up. So I haven't sort of made any plans to start it, but I have to because, yes, the reception is fast approaching. So I need to get that done. Other than that, continue working on pieces for the prompts. You were mentioning pop culture. One of theirs this time round. It's very easy to double dip. It's favorites. They want to learn some more about us. So basically, you pick a piece that has something to do with something that's a favorite of yours. So, you just, whatever else you're stitching on, you come up with some story that makes that a favorite as well, and that will work. Yeah, that's about it. And then as soon as I've finished assembling Romeo Mouse, I need to start stitching Juliet Mouse because the wedding that one's for is the end of November. Awesome. Well, that's some good plans for you in short term. Yes. We didn't say that it's actually the 22nd of September at the moment when we're filming this, and officially this is our beginning of September video, so sorry about that. But look, with my operation and everything, things have been haywire. And so because we knew we were going to be seeing each other at the retreat, and I hadn't done a lot of stitching in August, and we filmed it at the end of the retreat, which would have been almost a week ago, so it's all good. You'll be right. Yeah. My plans are going to have to be inserted too, some of them. I mean, obviously, I'm going to keep working on my Nutcracker Village, keeping up with that sale prompt that Daily 30's doing my 300 stitches a week on it. I'm loving it. I'm going to have to do more stitches on it because I want it to get done this year. My temperature bookshelf, likewise, fitting a lot of prompts. And as you know from when I showed you, I need to stitch all of September. Mm-hmm. Today's plans are to work, hopefully to finish the castle section. I'll do 700 more stitches on that. Then I'm going to insert the pictures. So we have to work on my Whip Go Called pieces. And if I look in my diary, while I'm looking in my diary, actually, just comes to mind, we are going to do a whole video on this at the end of the year when we're planning for the year. But people always ask, how do we keep track of things? This is my current tracking system. It's an old-fashioned notepad. It's got names of my pieces here that I need to go and how many stitches I need to do. And then this is my 21 pieces that I've earmarked to finish before the end of my 50th year, in brackets, hopefully by the end of this year. So it's 21 more pieces I need to finish. But hey, you never know.
So my Whitco, I'll insert photos here, is
okay. Just while you're doing that, I'm just going to go and plug my computer in because
that's okay. You can. I'm going to put pictures here. Savannah's Curtsy by Mirabilia is one of my Whitco calls. Old Time Wagons, which we saw. I've got to finish that. I'm nearly done with 1,000 on that. The Family Patchwork Sampler by Modern Folk Embroidery. Christmas by the Cricket Collection. And American Homestead sampler. I can show you that one is in the bag. Because I want to show you where I'm. This one is the whole series, but I am particularly doing that pillow there. I'm not doing the whole lot because it's very patriotic, and I'm sorry, but that sampler is boring as anything. So I'm just going to be doing this one, the pillow. So
are you going to do their flag, or are you going to try and reach out the flag?
It's an American Homestead sampler set, so I'll do the flag.
And it's only tiny.
Yeah, no, so I'll do that. And then the last one I'm very excited got called is my Fairy Tale Village, Fairy Tale Town. Yes.
You're one that's as big as you are.
Yes.
Sorry, as wide as you are tall.
Yes, that is right. So that's what I need to do. And that basically is going to get me caught up. Now, I'm not sure yet if I'm going to do any. I will do a start of month video. So that will probably be next weekend. There will be a start of month doing challenges video from Laurie and I and whoever else we drag in on the day because it's on the weekend this time for once. So I will save all my October plans for that video, but I will just preface it by saying that No New Starts will be having Knock It Over and Knock It Over in the month of October, and I am planning to focus on Knock It Overing those pieces. So this month, the next 8 days or whatever's left of this month, is trying to knock over all those Whitcos. So that's, I'm going to do 7,000 stitches in 8 days. May not quite happen, but doesn't matter. All right. Now, our American word of the week, we have one.
Well, Australian for the Americans.
Yeah, our Australian word of the week, it's a phrase, and it's chucka-yui. Would you like to tell us what chucka-yui is, Jen?
Means to do a U-turn.
Is it called a U-turn in America?
I don't know. When you're driving and you suddenly realize that you actually need to be heading the other way on the same street, or it might be that I have to do it every time I am coming home because I can't turn right because we drive on the left-hand side. I can't turn right into my driveway because I live on the highway and it's like 3 lanes on each side. I can't turn right. So I have to turn left into a little side street, chucka-yui, to then turn right out of that street and then left into my driveway.
So there you go, people. That's our Australian phrase of the week for your education pleasure. All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining us. Hopefully you enjoyed that regular floss tube in our regular format. I will get on to editing it and try not to lose it this time. And we will be back with you. As I said, I will be back with you next weekend, I say, with my progress on those pieces, round off the month, all my stats. And Jenny's not going to be back with us till probably the end of next month.
Yeah, I mean, there's not going to be. I'm not going to get a whole lot done in 8 days.
No, so it's not really worth Jen joining us, but that's okay. So please, though, remember, please comment for Jenny, A or B, in her options.
Yep.
Please, we really would value you liking, subscribing, and sharing. Tell the people if you like us because we are trying to get to that magical 1,000. And welcome to all our new members. Hopefully you've liked it. Like what you're seeing, we are, Australian Stitches, and we will look forward to catching up with you next time. Oh, except I forgot Paddock Lane Designs. If you're interested in Paddock Lane Designs, if not, bye. It's been a big month for Paddock Lane Designs. As I said, I've had new releases. I've released printed versions of patterns. I have released some new Christmas ornaments on wooden blanks. So I will show you all them in my next video. I'll do a really in-depth Paddock Lane Designs when it's just me. But I thank Daisy Chain Stitchery a lot for inviting me to be a vendor at the retreat. It was wonderful. It was my first time being a vendor in cross stitch, and it was so much fun. So lovely to meet people and to see that, yes, the market that I am working towards being Australian, and I'm trying to focus on the everyday people. I'm for the everyday stitches. I want to make it affordable. I want us to have access as Australians to quality products, just like they have overseas. So that's why I do all the fabrics from 14 count Aida all the way through the linen, only up to 40 count. I don't do all the linens, 32, 36 and 40 linen. But I do 14, 16, 18 Aida, 28 and 32 even weave and opalescence. I like to make it affordable, so I don't put a big markup on the fabrics or the charts. And my charts are mostly either things I've been asked to design or Australian focus, and they are easy to stitch. They are mostly full crosses, a bit of backstitch, not much backstitch. I'm trying to make it so that it's accessible to the everyday Australian person. But of course, if you're from elsewhere in the world, you're welcome to purchase. It's Australian focus. I have released my new sampler, but I'm still waiting on the model stitch, so I will maybe wait till I get the model to talk to you about that. But I am doing a series of Australian samplers because they don't exist, and showing the British history, which is quite timely at the moment with the Queen's passing. And I'm about to embark on doing a series that feature the states, so each state. I do want to do more with Silks for You and Cottage Garden Threads because they are Australian, so you can look for having more of them, and you can buy Cottage Garden Threads through my website. I closed my Etsy store for the 6 weeks that I've been out of action. My website was still open, but I sort of said don't purchase because I can't do anything. And I am refreshing my website and everything, and it will be getting relaunched by the end of this week, ready for people to do. I'm also going to link my website into my Facebook page, the Paddock Lane Designs Facebook page, to make it easy to see things and do things. And welcome to all the people who've joined the Facebook group, Paddock Lane Designs, because that is where tonight I am going to be having a live fabric sale of what I've got left before it goes back up on the website, because I like to give my group members first chance to dibs on the fabrics. So you probably won't see this before that happens, but if you're interested, I will be recording it and I will post it it will be posted on my group in Facebook. So you're just going to have to watch it and try your luck if you like any of the fabrics. If someone else hasn't bought it, you'll be able to buy it. I do take payment by debit and credit card, as well as PayPal. So there's lots of options there. But I'm looking forward to getting back onto the dyeing train and the designing train. I do have another design coming out in the Christmas edition of the Down the Rabbit Hole electronic magazine. So please support that Australian business and buy that magazine when it comes out. And I look forward to continuing to do lots of good things with Paddock Lane Designs. All right, that's it from me now. Thanks for listening to all that shop thing. Also should say, though, Jenny is part of Paddock Lane Designs with her subset of garden path crafts. And the needle minders are going to be listed in a separate section. So if you liked Jenny's needle minders at the retreat, you can buy them on my website. At this stage, just the website. Yeah, but we'll see. All right, guys. Thanks for watching.
Thank you. See you
Have
later.
a great, happy stitching. Bye.
Bye.